We have some good news on indefinite leave to remain. If you know anyone who lives in the United Kingdom who doesn't have British citizenship, kindly ensure that they see this video. This good news is significant. All the newspaper in the UK reported in the last 24 hours that the backbench of Labour Party is threatening to revolt against plan to extend indefinite leave to remain to 10 years from the current 5 years. And why does this matter? Let's go back to why this matter to you. Just this evening, the 4th of February, if you have been following British politics, they said this, all the newspaper reported the quickest U-turn in the history of UK politics happened today, the 4th of February. The Prime Minister initially said he's not going to release the transaction that took place, the correspondence that took place before he appointed Lord Madison as the British ambassador to Washington. However, when the backbench of the Labour Party threatened him, he was forced, and according to this newspaper, it said Prime Minister swift capitulation over Madison 5 could mark the beginning of the end of his primacy. Now you might be wondering, what has this got to do with me? Hang fire. You will find out why this is so important. Now let me give you an example of what has happened before so that you will understand where I'm trying to go. The government a few months ago said, in order for them to crack down on migration in the UK, we need to have ID card. That was what Keir Starmer said in Parliament. After he said that, he had the numbers. He had the momentum. However, when the backbench of the Labour Party say, no, we are not in support of this, the Prime Minister was forced into a U-turn. Another policy is the welfare bill. Liz Kendall, who was the then Works and Pension Secretary, was forced to make a U-turn because the backbench of the Labour Party said no. And it is that same backbench that is threatening now to say, we are not going to support indefinite leave to remain being extended from the current 5 years to 10 years or 15 years. If you see my face for the first time, Frank is my name. This is where you hear the latest immigration and diaspora news. Also, inheritance tax. The government said, we are going to increase inheritance tax. What happened? The backbench of the Labour Party again forced the government to make a U-turn. Each time the backbench blinks, the Prime Minister has no option. They have to go with what they say. Now, let me now break it down for you to understand that this is huge. As we speak today, we know that there are meetings. 12 o'clock next week, on the 12th of February, that is when the consultation on indefinite leave to remain is going to end. So from now till the 12th, we have the momentum. And it looks like the universe is looking after us as well. The rebellions that they are threatening now, we have the numbers. The government is saying that they want to introduce these things, but initially, it felt like the government was in control. Now, this is the current majority that Starmer has. He has 158 MPs majority. It sounds large, but here is the number. Today, you only need 80 MP out of that number to say, you know what, Prime Minister, we don't support you on indefinite leave to remain. We think that this policy is unfair, especially as it's punishing those people who were giving the assurance that after 5 years of living and working in the UK, they will be entitled to apply for indefinite leave to remain. Now I will give you the numbers that we have now. And I will also tell you what we need to do to get to the threshold. We only need 80. And as we speak now, we are almost there. This is why I said this is good news for those people. As of today, according to the Daily Telegraph, everything you hear from the Daily Telegraph, believe it, because it's the newspaper of the king and queen in this country. Today, Labour, 50 MPs have said, no, we are not in support of this policy. Now, many others are undecided. They are watching. They are looking at opinion poll. They are gauging what is the mood of my constituency. Because actually, whether you like it or not, the MPs, they work for their constituency. And it's their constituency that pays, taxpayers that pay their wages. At the end of the day, if the MP knows that whatever they are doing is not in touch with their constituency or unpopular, they will back off. Now, you only need 30 more MP to join the 50 that have already indicated that we are not going to support this move. Only 30. The Prime Minister cannot rely on the support of opposition party. And the Prime Minister knows that without the support of his backbench, is doomed. That policy is doomed. It's not going to work. This is why if he tries to rely on the support of the Conservative, which will likely support him, he will be seen as a weak party leader who is not in control of his party. And that is why he has made a U-turn on 4 occasions so far. If he does that, he signals that he's a weak leader. In fact, if he tries that, there will be a vote of no confidence, because the deputy leader of the Labour Party, Lucy Poy, she comes from the left of the party, and she is not happy. In her acceptance speech, when she won the election, she said, we cannot be like Reform. The Labour Party must return back to his value of compassion, equality. We'll come back to that. So things are happening behind the scene. Now, MP publicly, as you saw in the debate in the last week, a lot of MPs are not happy, especially as the government is proposing to introduce these changes and apply it retrospectively. So people think that is unfair and un-British as well. So privately, there are pressure on the government, and also Labour authority, the Prime Minister authority, is quietly falling. This is why any attempt for the backbench to say, 80 of them to say, you know what, PM, we're not in support of this, it needs to be amended. We will support this on the condition that it does not apply retrospectively. Those who are already here, they came on that condition. They could have that kind of conversation. This is why this is very important. I will tell you what you need to do to increase the tempo, to keep the momentum going, because that is what you need. Because if this opportunity passes by, I am telling you, some people wake up in the morning, they don't want to go to work, but because they know that their livelihood, their stay in the country is tied to one employer, they still have to go to work. This is why this is so important, because it will give a lot of people stability, security. A lot of people will be able to go back to school and do things for their life. So we know that this matter is very, very important. We know that a lot of sectors in the UK, they're already saying, look, we are struggling, and a lot of our workers are already making plan B to leave the UK. So this is why the NHS, care home, they're already saying that, look, we will struggle without these workers. We need them, and we need to create an enabling environment where they will feel valued. This is why the 30 MPs that are needed is crucial. The consultation is still open till the 12th, which is next week. So you that is watching me now, What can you do? I have said repeatedly on this platform that you must contact your MP, you must contact the think tank that are influential to the Labour Party, such as Roundtree, you need to contact Labour Together. I will put all of their names. There are 5 of them. I have already mentioned them before. I'll put their names. Contact those think tank because they are very, very influential. They have the ears of the MPs and also they can put pressure on the MP. So now that you've watched me, there is a link in the description section of this video for you to contact your MP or share this video with somebody who hasn't contacted their MP, for them to contact their MP and make sure you have your name on the electoral register, because that is the only way you can hold the MPs accountable at the end of the day. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel and encourage others. You see, we already have 50. We only need 30. We're almost there. Universe is on your side. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. I'll see you soon.